Hey guys, Harley Wilt here. I just wanted to say one, thank you for coming and watching another video. Before we even start, man, hit the like button for me real quick, just because that kind of helps get things kind of where other people see it. One of the things I want to talk about today is I want to talk about not letting fear cripple you and stop you from going for what you're after. Obviously, in my context, I'm talking about music, and in the context of people that are probably going to run into this video that might follow me, it's probably going to be in context of music, but this is about everything. Guys, this is about everything that you might come across. And what I want to talk about is the way that I've learned that kind of helps me break down the things I'm afraid of and get to the point where I can do the things that I'm really scared of. My biggest fear when I was growing up, when I was a kid, and you can ask anyone that watched me growing up, I was not good at being in front of people and doing presentations of any kind, not even just basic social skills. Like, I was the kid that would relate and go talk to the teacher because it's kind of someone you're forced to talk to, and I became comfortable with them, and I would just stay by that person. I didn't make friends very easily, meaning networking was not really something that anyone thought I would be able to do. Nobody thought for a second that I'd be able to get on a stage and sing in front of a bunch of people. Nobody thought I'd be able to do a lot of those things, and they were pretty spot on thinking that, but somehow the only thing I've ever wanted to do since I was 5 years old was get on a stage and sing in front of people, even though my biggest fear was being in front of people doing things. So how did I conquer that? And this is kind of important. And I didn't even do this on purpose. It was kind of like a self-conscious thing. But I'm going to tell you exactly kind of the process I went through that got me to the point where I could do that. When I was younger, I would always break kind of boundaries, and I'd observe people. I was really good at I was a people watcher. And if you're a people watcher, comment below, let me know, because I want to know if I was alone on that. If that was it's kind of a, I want to know if that's a trend or if that's just me. But I used to watch people all the time, and I would observe what they did and what they didn't do. Like, I used to do this thing where I'd chew my thumbnail. I remember I was riding a bus, and this was probably preschool or kindergarten, that young. And I was riding the bus, and I remember I used to chew on my thumbnail. It was a habit I picked up from my old man. And this kid that sat in the seat right behind me every time would always make fun of me and act like I was sucking my thumb. I wasn't sucking my thumb. I was chewing on my thumbnail. I remember like it was nothing. But I remember spending the next I'd wait a few days just to see if he would do it again. And I'd chew my thumbnail, and sure enough, he'd come up and start saying it again. It was like I was observing his habits, self-conscious. I wasn't thinking it, but I was just in my head. I was thinking like, is that just like a human nature thing? So at that young age, I learned in my mind, I thought, well, people just want to make fun of you. That isn't the truth. But back then, when that's your experience, that's what you think. So it kind of helped me develop this fear. So how did I get over it? I went over the basic things. Like, I thought that I broke it into 3 layers. Things I was kind of afraid of but could always overcome. Things I was mediocrely afraid of that if I really needed to, I can get past it, but it is what it is. And then I go through the phase that I think a lot of people call clown fear, which, people who are afraid of clowns are always going to be afraid of clowns. It's like the top thing. So I call it clown fear. I don't know. I think it fits. But basically, I figured out after a while that my clown fear, I'm going to use that reference, is my clown fear is getting past the public speaking part. So how did I get past the public speaking part? Because public speaking and singing in front of people, it's kind of hand in hand. It's kind of the same thing. Singing's a little less stressful because you have an organized thing that you're doing, but same type of deal. And with that being my biggest fear, no one thought I would be doing things like this. So I started with the small stuff, like getting past the fact that, as I was walking down the hall, I saw a pretty girl I liked, and I always looked away. Well, now I'm not going to look away, or something. Things like that are easy to get over, and things like that. That's how I just did it naturally, just kind of through I was kind of a loner, so it was kind of those easy little steps, because, again, I was kind of like antisocial growing up. Then you get into the medium fears, which is actually meeting people, talking to people. And the thing with me was, since I didn't really relate to anybody, it was every group. There were people that were juggalos that I talked to. There were people that were the emo group, or whatever you want to call it, the preppy group, the cheerleaders, everyone. It didn't matter to me who it was, which proved to be valuable. But because as you get older and start networking, all of a sudden I had people in different groups that liked me, that liked different types of music, and as I started going into DJ stuff, it was kind of nice because I got to learn a different variety of music. It wasn't just country, which is what I liked. So I broke past that middle fear, and I actually talked to people, usually one-on-one, made one friend in a group, and then kind of they let me introduce da-da-da-da. Now, the big fear, which is getting on stage and doing something. It was my sophomore year. I remember because it was the biggest thing in the world. It was just me and a guitar and a stage. And in a previous video I talk about it. I'll let you find that if you want to. Where I talk about writing songs and things like that. guys, it's not that hard. You just gotta break it down into small sections to where it's not so bad. Because once you get to where you can easily get over the easy stuff, then as your confidence builds, you go into the middle stuff. And then as your confidence builds in that, all of a sudden the big stuff doesn't seem so big. It's still big, but it doesn't seem so big. So just really break it down and take it small steps. You don't have to have everything tomorrow. Like, I wish I could go back to my 16-year-old self and slap him in the face and say, stop trying to break the barriers tomorrow. You've got your whole life ahead of you. Take your time, do it right. Anyways, if this video is helpful for you in breaking fears, let me know. Leave a comment below. Hit the subscribe button, by the way. If you feel like there's some more you could add it. There's a comment section for that. Please, guys, just let me know. And I really want to know if you're a people watcher. I really want to know if that's just me, because that's something I do even to this day. I'll sit there and I'll go to a crowded place and I'll just sit there and kind of observe the habits of people and kind of get an idea of how people react to things, and it kind of helps me in my business as well, which is kind of cool. Just all these different things. So, leave some comments. Tell me your thoughts. Tell me what your clown fear is. Maybe it's clowns. Anything. And whatever you did to overcome it. Let people know. This is helpful for everyone. Like, literally, that's what this is about, as a community. And also look me up on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, all those places. I'll leave links below as well. And thanks, guys. Tune in next time. I'm putting these videos out like crazy right now. Eventually, I'll get kind of a set schedule, and I'm going to start doing interviews soon, I swear. I'm actually talking to a bunch of random musicians from all over the place, like some from Australia, that want to sit down, and all we're going to do is talk about music and our own personal journeys, and I hope you guys join me for that. And just remember that, it's one step at a time. With everything, this whole thing, life, it's about the journey. Stop thinking about the big end goal, and remember, it's about the journey to get there. Lord of the Rings would have been a very, 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 very boring show if they just walked up and tossed it in. I mean, literally, if that was the whole story, like, literally, it would have been the most boring movie in the world. Like, say, hey, we need to get rid of this. No, see, it's about the journey. So, thank you, guys. I will see you next time. Thanks again. Subscribe, like this video, all that good stuff. Thanks again, guys, and I will see you next time. Yeah, I'm just going to repeat myself over and over again. And I don't edit these videos, so you're going to have to listen to the whole dang thing. See you next time, guys. Thanks.